Yeah. Here. There. Good. See.
Right, we're testing appearance. Text back and said, can.
So. So. So the county. So parents. H. So. But, we.
And hopefully about she candidate. She hasn't said anything to chat. They I think so. See, that does any better.
Okay,
That seems better.
test. So.
Might be some- That- That's- So, say, that's good. That's- Right now. Staff recommends. Change. Right. So, and send those to you guys up to you. So, every now. Oops, I think that's what. Very simple reasons. So first, start driver's license, social security, foundation. That voter registration on fair projects, they registered after 2003. They never got a driver's license or social. So they were required to the visual to support that. And so 15 units are recommended. They got it. And in the past, that's what we did, and I see it. Like I said, have them provided the parks license. And that's a little thing. So I know pretty, if they're precinct, they're right about the same.
State. Give me. Make it once. Make it. Situation.
They're asking. It's that. It's kind of grand. They're being.
This is again. For future election.
It's gonna be. That birds and social.
Sure. Sorry. She said it. She. Okay. All in favor, say. Staff. Speaking of.
Exception, so they had a reason and have 6 of those and we're critical. Recommended for some of these others, it had their somebody, a similar to some, the activities we were doing, I need exception, everything went to it. So I can't pass these around, there's 6 of these, and so you see this little sheet, staff uses search, and then agree of your section. So you can press this around and see the reasons. Everything checked and see that, so I can't pass this around.
So here.
Here, section A. So, for example, this is I need and the next one is also for miscellaneous.
Check that.
That seems 3 of 6 of 4. You know, these people registered, so they have them. This one is still that. These issues and provisionals complete and issue as lack of transportation. Very most of these lack of transportation business. Because needed people. Right.
She won't sign.
Right, she can make. Hit red, the red. There we go. Turns. There we go.
Yeah.
Give me just a second.
Yes, yes, it's red there. So where we?
Now try. See, it's still. What about now?
Instead.
Phone from this. Back to how we had it. Okay, maybe we got it now.
Test, test,
Do it one more time.
test, test.
Hopefully that will be better.
Technology.
Yeah.
CFOs.
Yeah. We'll try it like that.
Oh,
Uh,
I texted him, he just said it.
I'm gonna see if anybody replies, if that's any better. And I'll let you know. Okay. So, sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, we'll just do this one and I'll leave it in the middle. How about that? The audio is coming from the microphone from my computer. Hopefully that will work a little better. So we have, the 6 with ID not provided, and they filled out an exception form with reasonable impediment. So what?
Have you collected 6 for?
I do have 6. Anybody got any questions on it? Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we accept these 6 to be counted as recommended for approval by staff.
We have a motion to accept the ID not providing exception reasonable impediment. The 6 as recommended by the staff to approve them. Is there any further? We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we will vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Right. Grab the next category. confused, I didn't see them. Would you mind grabbing those? Five not approved. So the next category is these voters also did not provide their ID and they didn't fill an exception form. They said they're going to return with their ID. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 recommended approved, 5 not recommended approved. So the 10 recommended approved means that these voters did come by before 12 o'clock today to provide a copy of their ID, and we made a copy of it and put it in here. And then the 5 that are not recommended approved, unfortunately, they did not come by and provide a copy of their ID. So if you want to see these because they have the IDs in the pocket, I can pass those around, or
What's your pleasure?
that's up to y'all.
You've reviewed all of those.
Yes, so staff
Okay.
recommends the 10 recommended approved, that did provide their ID. And then the 5 that unfortunately did not, those are recommended not approved.
We'll keep them in 2 separate files and we'll
Yes.
make 2 separate motions. What's your pleasure?
Move we accept the 10 that have been identified properly.
Okay,
Second.
we have a motion and a second to accept the 10 that did get their ID in timely. Is that the best way to say that?
Mhm.
Okay. We have a motion and a second on that. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay.
All right,
I make a motion that those who did not provide their ID in the required time not be accepted.
we have a motion.
Second.
We have a second for the 5 that did not make it by time, in a timely manner to be disapproved. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor of disapproving those 5, please vote by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That category.
All right.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
question on those 5. Is there still a time period that they can come forward, after this meeting? Has to be.
No. No, they are registered. I believe they were all registered. They just didn't provide their ID. So in future elections, as long as they bring their ID with them, they'll be good. But yeah, for this purpose and for this election, no, it's too late now.
And they were given notice Tuesday to get it here, but
We've called every single voter that we had a phone number for, at least twice, some 3 times. So they were made aware and reminded to come bring that.
okay.
I suspect that the elections are done and they figured their coming back wasn't worth their time, my guess.
Well, results are in.
Yeah,
And
results
know the
are in,
outcome.
And they wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
So I don't
suspect you're
think
right.
it's being obstinate. I think they just figured they didn't want to spend any more
Not gonna
time.
change anything.
Yeah, that's would be my assumption.
I think you're probably right.
We have some of all 3 categories. Definitely not, if you don't mind, which is gonna be a lot. So the next category, this for a primary election is several. We're good, sorry. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
So the next one is incorrect party. So we have 4 recommended approved. The reason these are approved, a couple of the precincts got a little confused on being a primary. The unaffiliated voters are allowed to pick Republican or Democrat. So they just voted on provisional, but provisional is a fail-safe. So that's why we recommend these 4 to be approved. We do have 3 recommended partials. The reason this is say they picked the wrong party, but if they live in the city limits and they have that nonpartisan race, that's why they're partial. So they can vote for that one race. So those will actually, if y'all approve the partials, y'all will do the remarks on to only count that one race that they're eligible for.
Okay.
And then we have 36 recommended not approved. These are people, so we did research, they say, I've never been party A or party B. I want to vote party A or party B. And we've did research and no, they never tried to change to that other party. So that's why it's recommended not approved.
Okay.
So if you want to see any of these, you're welcome to as well. We can pass them around. So, let's see, that's a total of 43. So 36 recommended not approved, 4 recommended approved, and 3 recommended partials.
I only have a question on one.
Okay.
The one where it said the voter had already voted. Could you
Yes.
discuss that situation?
Yes, so that one was wrong party and she kind of had 2 reasons, and she'd already voted. She actually called the office, was confused. She voted on the first day of early voting. Then she showed up on election day. So of course it was a fail-safe. They let her vote provisional. And then she called and seemed to be a little confused. So that's why it's recommended not approved, because wrong party and she had voted already on the first day of early voting.
So you didn't suspect any malfeasance?
No, and we will
Confused individual.
Yes, and we'll still submit that to the State Board of Elections that,
That's
that
required.
did happen, but I do believe it was, an accident.
Okay, so her first vote on early voting count.
Yes, and that's why provisional is a fail-safe. We did that research. We saw that she had already voted, and I said the first day. It was one of the first days for early voting. It might have been not that very first day.
Party on that day. Huh. That satisfies my inquisitiveness.
So
Since
she
we,
fell in that recommended not approved
I'm not
category.
gonna ask the question, so don't ask it, but if I had to bet, I'd bet she's a young voter like me.
At least as young.
all right,
I was,
do you want to go ahead and single that one out and disapprove it and get that one taken care of?
Or you want to put it with all 36, that's up to y'all. Because it falls still under recommended not approved.
Okay,
Chairman,
yes,
I'm gonna make a piggyback motion. I make a motion that we approve the 4 ballots that the staff has marked to be approved in full, and that we approve the 3 partial ballots that the staff has approved that will need to be remarked.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
so we're voting on the 7, 4 approved, and the 3 that will have to be remarked.
So we haven't done those yet.
No,
No, that will be a bipartisan team.
Oh,
so we have a motion. And
he made the one second.
he made the motion, and he seconded. So that's a total of 7. Any further discussion on those? All those in favor of these 7, we're going to remark 3, and we're taking staff's recommendation on the 4. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous.
I'm glad you guys are smart enough to keep up with what's going on. Sometimes I feel like I'm as confused as a goat on asphalt.
So we still have the 36 not approved, which also includes the one that Terrell was asking about. The lady had 2 different reasons why she voted provision.
I'll make a motion on those 36 that we do not approve the 35 that have voted the wrong party ballot and the 1 that had already voted.
A second.
We have a motion and a second on the not approved, the one that's voter had already voted, and the 35 that was wrong ballot. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor of not approving them, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
And quick question, see how y'all want to do this. So, do you want to kind of put a pause and remark those 3 partials, or save them towards the end? Because if we do it now, I was going to say we can go ahead and open up the DS 202, and the ones that have already been approved, Eric and Andrew can start processing those.
Absolutely.
If you want to do that, kind of just
Yep.
do a timeout for just a
Yeah,
second,
we'll
and
do a timeout on our list, and
give
we'll
me just a second, and we'll get going then.
so. Mr. Carter, if you would, you move down with Paul. Y'all are sitting side by side
Just separate.
and, y'all get where y'all can hear each other.
Good. Well, we're good. You gotta call softly. I think that's the issue.
Yeah.
No closer, right?
Mhm.
And you want us to open the machine?
Well, we're gonna remark.
We're gonna remark.
Oh, we're gonna remark balance. sheet?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to the opening of the machine here.
16, and we'll review seals and,
Or you wanna do that first?
yeah,
Okay,
if that's all right.
Before we
with y'all.
remark?
Then we'll join in. Remark.
okay.
We did a little.
The top seal, 193,586, and the bottom, 404,556. And I will work.
They get these top ones tight.
I didn't report them, you read those out, I'll report them on the.
Nine, three, six,
They know who it. Snickers. Smile.
Awesome, and we are going to have to open the blue box, so you are going to. Next are last meeting, it'll switch word. 404,569. 404,569. I'll put those real quick. Awesome. And so when we open this machine, it's easy to get ready to go. We'll open it up a bit. Have a envelope to put those in.
You open those, you cut them off then? You don't open the bottom.
If you want to, we can, just to verify that there's nothing in there, that's fine. Yeah. I got really box.
Well, I know always at the end, we always had. Or I thought we always had.
Yeah. And make them fit. All right, you need to put that in school.
You strip it off, you see the inside of the bottle, so.
Yeah.
Bottom is about off.
No. Oh, you sorry. All of them.
Or they all go into both.
I used to. So if I understand the process, for original, not counted at the. For polling place.
Yes, because you could determine at the polling place if they were eligible or weren't, that.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I
Never
thought.
turn anybody away, we give them opportunity, if they say, oh, I'm sure, no, okay, we can vote a provisional ballot, with this envelope. And we're going to do the research to see if their address is Chicago. Recommend that one's not to y'all.
So you're gonna run through the, ones that we approved so far? No. Yeah. These won't be secured again until after they have run everything through that we approved.
That's what I was saying.
We have to read them on risk.
These are what we haven't.
Oh, I bet you.
Public count, CDC, reps, and report that. We have See, so we didn't have to replace the ballot box on the same board. Okay, so we got everything we need now. So we're gonna hold zero tables. And they don't get all those.
Oh, hell, get all of those in this man, I'm closing up bills. No, I see that coming. You said like that. I'll get it done. We're just waiting. We're on the runway, ready to take off. Oh, they haven't handed it.
Waiting for opportunity, waiting for an opportunity.
Getting that good. One calls them and I'm. It's
That's what it is.
yeah, I know that. Well, I know.
It always messes with me. I know we're turned backwards, but it always messes with me to look and my left arm for running. Raise one of the arms that you think is your right arm.
I know, this is my right arm, but it shows on the left.
That's what makes for me worse than us being fooled.
I don't even understand that. I mean, I know it happens, I see it on.
I watch movies and stuff, and I catch myself watching them going, I'm gonna fix that.
Because I see these guys saluting with their left hand all the time, and I go.
See all
That's
kinds of
not
stuff,
fair.
and I think, I wonder if he's pulling the trigger on. Wait a minute.
And most movies don't, like in movies, don't they somehow?
I think that's
turn
right.
that around?
Yeah, I think so.
don't know how. Maybe they run it in reverse.
Yeah, they've got some way they do with the lens to make it, to turn it, get it right.
Put on videos on YouTube for a while.
Oh, it's always back. See people sitting in cars and the steering, yeah, they're in the wrong place on the point.
It's in England.
What's going on here?
They don't sound like they're wrong. I've never been to Canada, but I think they're on the same side as we are.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, my wife and I went up there, took 2 weeks and drove up there. So actually went up into Maine, all up in there in New Hampshire.
Would you have to get a Canadian provisions?
No, it was actually 2 weeks before 9/11.
Okay.
So we'd go up into Canada. And we pass through up through Maine and go to a checkpoint.
Chris is over there if you don't.
Yeah.
Clark,
What?
these are zero tapes. He's over there if you don't mind just saving him a spot, but the
Okay.
zero tapes from the DS200, and I'll get the first ones for remarks. So the ones. Okay, that's, yeah, so there.
And, I mean, pass through the checkpoint. But where we were at is in a French speaking.
Oh, yeah.
About signature.
And they can speak English, but I bet they did.
All the signs are in French.
French and English, aren't they in both?
Well,
But these are just all French.
everything is French. And we drove a couple of hours up there and got up there in the town. It was maybe 20,000 people. All the roads and all the stores and. I've never been to them.
They're passing, oh, you got it, perfect.
Yeah, I was over there
Yeah.
did that, and then I realized that I was needed over here.
Okay, so these are the partials, the wrong party ballot,
Oh, it's
6,
Yeah,
6,
I-
and
terrible.
are set.
Talk to other people who traveled in Quebec. I guess you went to Quebec at the time. Who knows? You're someone can.
Somewhere I knew I didn't need to be.
And what they told me is, going to these predominantly French areas.
How many of you got the remark?
Vast.
Total was about 8. This is 3 right now.
speaking.
Well, they
just-
They just want,
Well,
they kind of assume like you should know. Here, you should know them.
they gave me the distinct impression that they would prefer that I go back.
You want them to?
Them two, and we've got two groups.
Accommodate you quickly as I can. It was a really rural area. We drove for a long time. Out of the country. Well, I mean, it was just.
What's?
I was uncomfortable, they were uncomfortable. So I said, okay.
The old rock and roll, this is an old guy now, head ninja, you know, talking about.
Yeah.
It's a whole world. He says, he said, the only thing worse than a hundred.
Okay, so here's the first, we gotta remark. I'm gonna open the ballot so we can, so this one is, they voted wrong party, but they are eligible for the city of Mount Airy race. So that's the only.
They're gonna,
Thing with it. Listen, here's the number.
I didn't write the 34. If you'll write 34, that's just the precinct number out to the side.
These numbers have to match this too?
no,
Okay.
well, I mean, she's part of the information there. But, this is the only thing we're looking for.
Right.
Oh, excuse myself, if I.
Oil. See,
So
and
this
then
is the part.
And today's date is.
Six.
Six.
But they're eligible for the Mount Airy City, not part of city. The only one we're remarking. Has,
We can read once a month, that's it.
Yeah,
that's the only one you're gonna remark.
you've got another one too, right?
Yes, one more.
I think we're done with this one.
Yep, just like that, and I'll give you the next.
Yeah.
Right this order.
The ballot.
Okay. It's gonna be hard to keep up with that whole race to look at.
Oh.
That's the only one you're marking.
Yeah, but we've got the number of,
The poll book
oh,
number.
poll work, okay. So we poll this one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This one, they didn't even write the P, but they're supposed to, but that's okay.
And on this one,
Numbers we're looking to match up here.
is it? What races are we gonna,
Just the city of Mount Airy, so same thing.
okay?
Thank you. Here,
Didn't think that, sure, they didn't.
you're not smart in here. I'll put their spoil ballot. And I'm just going to fold, so the spoil. I'll put it here, and the one that you remark, I'm going to put with the.
This is the reason.
Okay, put that there.
You need to just put it to it, or you need it inside.
We'll just put it inside, just so it stays together. I'll take your spoil first. Put it in the spoiled envelope, and I'm gonna leave it unsealed because we're gonna have about 5 more remarks later. Lay it here, take the correct one, perfect.
That was. Like. You can see it. See it.
All right, now I think we're back in business. Now let's see what we
Doesn't hurt.
All right, let's see, next category, if we're ready to go to the next one, we'll have some partials on this one as well. Those should be the last partials.
Okay.
Incorrect precinct. We have 31 recommended approved, 5 partials, and 1 recommended not approved. And I'll grab those. So these are. So 1 recommended, not approved. This voter did not sign their application. That's why we couldn't count this one, and we tried contacting them to come sign it, and they didn't. So that's why that one's not recommended approved. These ones are partials because they voted at a precinct, but they voted somewhere where their ballot, like say they were eligible for the city of Mount Airy race, and they came and voted here or vice versa. That's why these are partials. And then all the rest of these, the 36, these are all, or excuse me, 31, these are all recommended approved because they voted the incorrect precinct, but they still voted the correct party, correct ballot style. They had no other issues, showed their ID, that sort of thing.
Surrey County vote.
Yes, sir.
And the one just did not sign at all, didn't.
Just missed it, so I'm sure, you know, it's on the voter, also on the poll worker, but we did try to contact to get them to sign and never came to do that.
Want a motion?
Sure.
Move that we accept as presented by the director for the partial voting, the non-approved vote, and the approved of 31.
So
All in one? Okay.
we're voting all in one here for a total of 37 ballots. We're voting the partial, voting out of precincts. We understand that. We're voting not approved on the 1, and then we're voting for 31 ballots that are recommended approved by staff. And we have a motion.
I'll second that.
We have a second. Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, I just have some questions for clarification. The 31 that you recommend for approved that voted in the incorrect precinct, they were still issued the correct ballot
Yes.
because of where they were from. And so we have that capability.
So like, for example, the majority of the county either get the D's for this election, the D001 ballot. So that's just the kind of countywide Democrat ballot, or the R005 ballot. That's the countywide Republican ballot. So that means it doesn't have any municipality on it. It doesn't have any city school.
Okay.
So it's county schools, no municipality. So the majority of the county, if you live out in Shoals, you live out in Eldora, you live out, I mean, you know, most of the county, Stewart's Creek too, they're going to receive that ballot. So that's why the majority of these, they did have that correct ballot style at their precinct for them.
Okay. That explains it.
Yeah.
Thank
Or if they voted early, each early voting site has all ballot styles.
Yeah.
Whereas election day, they're not going to. It's
Okay.
just specific to, yeah, where you live at or where that precinct is at.
The other question I would have, I would like to see the one that's turned down, just in case I know the person, I could suggest that they do it correctly next time. I don't know that I know.
Pass that one.
Well,
Is that inappropriate?
No,
the issue there is that, you know, it may be that the poll worker
Did it wrong.
didn't
Didn't
say
go.
sign here.
I understand.
It's a little bit of both, yeah.
Understand. Yes, I understand that. Somebody may have expressed it clearly.
Okay. Like when you
These are-
when you see it, you'll understand some better.
Okay. That's my hope.
Okay,
Those are partials.
pay attention at the bottom.
And unfortunately, we didn't have a phone number for that voter, or the phone number we had didn't work, but there was another voter at the same residence that I did call and leave a voicemail for and try to get in touch with.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
We do everything we can to try to, you know,
I'll say this, the department in the past has done a superb job of reaching out to voters in these circumstances.
Chairman
Yes, sir.
and Madam Director.
Yes, sir.
The, on that one that's going around, I know at the bottom, the wording from apparently the poll worker. Yeah. Was it, could it have been a forthcoming of the poll worker?
Yeah. Please send me the contact.
I understand your concern.
I do too.
I hate it.
Yep, and I did follow up with our attorney, Mr. Payne, on that one, and he said, yeah, unfortunately, but it isn't complete without that signature. Yeah, that was a tough one. Okay, so if
So
y'all,
we have a motion and a second.
Oh.
We've had discussion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we will proceed to vote on those 37. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous.
do y'all want to go ahead and remark those 5 partials or go through? We only have a couple more categories. That's completely up to you.
We'll go ahead and mark as
Okay.
that way we keep,
You're consistent.
yeah.
All right, well, let me grab those ballots. It's gonna take me just a second.
Keep the same teams.
I just about got Clark trained, so
Okay.
he's doing well. Want to commend him.
See,
He is,
He's doing
Trainable.
He's fine.
he is inside the line and doing it completely.
Yes, I'm very proud of him. Are there lollipops at the end of this?
we got candy on the table.
Thank you.
See, where did I put my letter opener?
That's a very important tool.
So this voter, this one first. So this voter voted a R8 ballot, which is the ballot for like if you lived in the Mount Airy City or Elkin, and they were eligible for the R6 ballot. So pretty much they are just missing out on getting to vote for City of Mount Airy because they chose to vote out of precinct. Does that make sense? So you'll remark everything except for that race because it's not on here. Well, and actually, same thing with this. So they did vote for, or they're eligible for Surrey County schools, but because they voted out of precinct, they don't have Surrey County schools in their ballot. So it's actually 4 races you're not going to remark. Does that make sense?
You'll mark everything that's on here.
Exactly.
Got it.
Oh, see the ballot, the correct ballots.
Ready? Michael Watman.
The next one's y'all.
So.
Virginia Thomas. Michael Byrne. Dan Ivan. DJ Blitzen.
And do y'all remember to write the precinct name on the out of precinct if you don't mind? Perfect, okay, just because some of these are those. Lost my letter open again, is it laying over there? Yep.
Brandon Johnson.
Voter chose to vote out of precinct. They voted an R8 ballot and they were eligible for the R5 ballot. So because of that, you see they were eligible to vote for 3 county schools. But on this ballot, because they voted out of precinct, it doesn't have that. Yeah, so you're gonna be marking everything.
Oh, they're
except
different.
for the-
Yeah, she voted in the
like,
one.
they voted in.
So they will be done.
Right down to Hyatt. Big, these big schools.
That one's up. Okay, let me take the spoiled first.
Great.
Perfect, and I'll put it in the spoiled envelope. And then that one, I'll put that.
If I'd have been paying attention, I'd have done that for you.
Nope, you're good.
What's Board of Appeals, Judge, one.
Put back in this envelope for Erica and Andrew.
So those envelopes,
House of Representatives.
when we get done,
O.J.
will they be like the absentee envelopes?
Do we say,
Will we have to,
Terry County.
if you want to, or we're signing a report with everybody's name on it, whether we approved or not approved, that's up to you.
okay,
But we will keep
Sorry,
these
no.
with our retention.
I'm
schedule,
for-
just like-
I'm for fashion.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Simplified.
Yes,
So the ones that are done, I'm gonna lay here and then I'm just gonna give them to them all at one time, so we can, I can keep track. So this one needs to be an R5.
Terry. Find this.
Not there.
No.
This is the same situation.
Will be similar to the exact things. So this one. The voter, voted at Mount Airy 1 instead of Mount Airy 7, voted an R7 instead of an R5 ballot, recommended partial approval. So this voter voted for city Mount Airy races, but they weren't eligible for. And on this ballot, so they missed out on voting for Surrey County Schools because they voted out of precinct.
This is the one. Well, it's not on here
Even on
anyway.
there,
So
yeah.
We'll mark everything that is in here
Exactly.
that's available to us to.
Michael Watt, oh, I was gonna switch with you, but you're okay.
Well, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You bragged on me staying in line.
It's in your file.
They put put it back in there.
Yeah.
That's not black. Paul Barker. Brandon Whitaker.
It was a good place you laid it down at that time.
Mhm. But, Frank Glenn. That's. Yeah. Colin Lawrence Johnson. Brandon Johnson. It's,
This voter,
Their
the
vote.
voter voted out of precinct, they voted at Elkin instead of their home precinct, which was. They voted the R8 ballot, but they were eligible for the R5, so that's my support. So.
it's, I guess, these with the new ballot.
voters, it's an out for vote for the Surrey County Board of Education because they chose to vote outside of. Exactly. But everything else that's on that, those three. Those are all Surrey County schools, which we not on here.
Yes, wisdom.
No, yeah. Perfect, thank you, sir. We only got one more,
Okay.
right there.
Yeah, down at the bottom, comment down. Okay, stop.
Here's your lollipop.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sick.
Oh, it's not one of the orange ones. Oh, those orange ones are good. No, that's not it.
That's not it.
They're good.
Those orange ones are worth fighting for.
Like that right there. They got the little specks to it.
That's the. Yeah, those are dandy.
So is that butterscotch?
Probably.
I have to do that a little bit.
Are you looking for the orange spots or solid orange?
Orange spot.
Solid spots.
How about that? Maybe I got one over there. Ribs.
Do you want one?
No, sir.
Right, this is the last one. So this voter voted out of precinct, they voted at Mount Airy 1 instead of Mount Airy 9, so they voted the incorrect ballot. They voted the R7 and it should have been the R5. Or,
This is on set.
yeah,
They voted on
I think I did. Hey, Erica. This one, R7 should be R5. So are we yes, sir. So not eligible for nonpartisan city Mount Airy race. So they voted the R7, but they're not eligible for that, so we're remarking it on an R5. So remarking down on R7. Yeah, R5 does, so they're not eligible for it, so you don't need to mark that nonpartisan. On the R7?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we're gonna mark it on the same ballot style, we're just gonna leave that race off.
Right there and.
Well,
Alright.
Put the ballot in the office. I'll go last one.
Okay.
I know you know the all.
Uh-huh.
yeah, we get it.
Give him a lollipop.
Think that's all, but I'll wait to seal it up and sign till the very end to be safe. We got 4, working on the 5th.
What to do? Mr. Chairman, I'm gonna leave you later to go on these levels.
Okay. Like the space, but I actually like reading it there. It's no, well,
Or over there.
over there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when they opened this up, I was like, I forgot how big this room is. Now it's been divided up so long. So before it dies, I'll plug up my computer before it dies real quick. Just- yeah. Yeah, let's see. Thank you. Good reminder.
All of that, isn't it?
That's it. Perfect, and the spoil was in there, okay. Put that ballot in there. So that's the 5 that were partials. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 partials in the wheel. So that is all the recommended partials, so we should have no more remarks.
Is that all the spoils?
We'll wait just to make sure we don't have to remark any to seal it up, just to be safe. You wanna wait on Paul just to get back
Yeah.
to Chris? Okay. I think I left all my shoes down there.
Get your letter open.
I'll leave stuff everywhere I go.
Way you can get back.
Well,
True.
I have found that if I start at the last place I was, I typically do better, but I generally breeze over that, wasted unknown amount of time looking everywhere else.
All right.
So we're all back together.
We are.
So
Our next category, if y'all ready to go to the next one, is no record of registration. So we have 1 recommended approved and 9 recommended not approved. And I'll grab those.
I'm interested in this.
So the 1 recommended approved, the voter was inactive and the poll worker got a little confused and voted them provisional, but they are registered. So that's why it's recommended approved. The other 9 are not approved because they aren't registered. So you want to see them, I can pass them around, or that's up to y'all.
what's your pleasure?
They're not registered, they're not registered.
And for the research,
They're not registered, that's all it's to it.
and for the research for these that aren't registered, just to let y'all know, so we look, we get a report from the DMV to see if they tried to register there. We look in our review queue, incomplete and archive queue. We do a statewide duplicate check. So we look several places to see if they did try to register, that sort of thing. And so we did all that, checked all the boxes, and still cannot find them registered.
Well, I agree that we go along with the recommendations. I just have a question.
Mhm.
Are they registered now that they tried to vote, or did you explain, or did someone explain to them that you need to come and register?
So the good thing about provisionals too, this application, the provisional voting application, if it's complete and that address is in Surrey County, this will get them registered for future elections. So we
Okay.
can't process that until after this, but it will get them registered. Now, if that voter put an address in Stokes County or Illinois or wherever, of course, we can't register them here. But as long as everything else is, this will get them registered for future elections.
And they showed ID.
And it will say that on here if they did, yes. So as long as they have everything, that will get them registered for future elections. And there is a few of these that did try to register after the deadline for this election as well.
They're young people.
I don't know off the top of my head, I'm
Sure.
sorry.
That's
If you want to pass them around, you can look at the birth dates, but
So on those that you're recommending not to approve, that will be registered now, of course, they supplied their full column number of supplies.
we can pass them around if you'd like, or I can glance at them. This one provided driver's license and social. This one did both as well. This one just driver's license, both. Driver's license, driver's license, driver's license, social. So they did all provide,
so the registered.
they will be
Yes.
after this election. Yes, sir.
We accept the recommendations of the director.
I second.
We have a motion and a second
So,
to,
let
So
me ask one more question before we vote, if you don't mind, Mr.
okay,
Chairman.
let me
Tim-
state this, if you
Sure.
will, please. We have a motion and a second to, accept these no record of registration. We're disapproving 8 or 9, and there is one that is eligible to be approved. Any further discussion?
I'd like to explain to me more about the one that we're recommending for approval that you don't have a record for registration. Help me with that a little more.
So this one, the poll worker selected the reason, no record of registration. That's what they thought. But whenever we did all that research that I explained, we saw that the voter is registered, they're just inactive. We had tried to send them a confirmation card and it came back undeliverable, so that puts them into that inactive status. And normally when a voter goes to vote, when they vote, that just puts them back in active status. So that's what should have happened. It was just a poll worker error, no fault of the voter, voter did everything correct. That's why it's still in that category. They are registered, they were just inactive.
And our guidelines show that that is a voter that we're supposed to count that ballot.
Yes, sir.
I'm good then.
So also they did vote the correct ballot.
Yes, yeah, they are registered as Democrat and did vote the Democrat ballot as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor of following the recommendation of staff, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Give these to them and I'll get the next category. So this one is. These are not. Great. We can see them.
We're getting down in the short rows.
Mhm.
We're getting down in the short rows.
Mhm.
Okay, this category is previously removed. We have 5 recommended, not approved. So for example, this one, is previously removed from moving from county, is currently registered in New Hanover County, college student. This one, moved from state in 2009, submitted a voter registration form after the deadline on February the 9th. Next one, previously removed and denied in 2024, no active registration. So denied just means we tried to mail her whenever she registered to vote. We tried to mail her a voter registration card, came back undeliverable, tried to do it again, came back undeliverable. Next one, voter is actively registered in Mecklenburg County, voter was removed in Surrey on 10/30/2024 because they registered in Mecklenburg, recommended not approved. And this one's previously moved from state, moved to Virginia and submitted a registration form after the deadline on February the 26th of 2026. So that is all 5 not recommended, not approved. So they've previously been removed in Surrey County. But if these addresses, once again, are in Surrey County, this will get them updated and registered here in Surrey for future elections.
What's your pleasure?
I have a question.
Okay.
The one that you said recently registered in Mecklenburg County and tried to vote here, is that a felony?
So they probably moved back here. It could have been a college student as well. They checked the box that they've lived here for more than 30 days and it is a Mount Airy address. So they're just registered in Mecklenburg County.
They didn't vote in Mecklenburg County.
I assume not, but that would be something that whenever we do voter history that the state will be able to see. But we're not recommending not approving it here,
Yeah.
so they're not voting, well, they cast a provisional ballot here, but it's not gonna be counted
I
if you.
understand that. I'm just wondering if there's, again, if there was malintent by someone that needs. to
I'll
be into.
say that one also, I think, is a college student, and a lot of times college students do, or, move the registration back and forth.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I would make a motion under the previously removed heading that the 5 staff recommend not to be approved. We vote to go with the staff recommendation.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to not approve according to the staff recommendation of the previously removed, voting on 5 ballots. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
What you're asking about, that's the beauty of what we're doing today, here and in Bedford and all these other places.
But with the vote they cast in well, the vote in Mecklenburg should count. But if a person voted twice, attempted to vote twice, that should.
I was a betting man, I'd say that they did. They moved back home,
I agree, but
but I'm not a
If
betting.
they're ready, I'm like, you know, that would have canceled those nothing birth registration. And then there's a here, if they'd have done it on time. Right.
So, and like, we are meeting a week from today, our county canvas, when we're reconciling, the state does the same thing. So that's when they would probably catch that if that voter tried to vote in both places, they'd see that, because they're
Yeah.
reconciling for the whole state.
Okay.
Yeah, we're reconciling our county and then it goes to the state. I think they said they're
Be done by the day, what you're doing.
yes.
so I think their canvas meeting is the week of the 23rd, so a couple weeks after our canvas meeting. So.
I'm not part of that.
Yes, sir. Aren't you? Aren't we? So our last category is unreported move. So these are voters.
Yeah, I would say.
No,
Yep.
we have not voted.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I thought we
We had a
did.
motion.
Yes. Yes, we voted.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry.
We voted.
Oh,
I apologize.
did my check, but
I apologize.
okay.
That's, you're fine.
We good to move on?
Keep me in check. I need it. Unreported move.
Okay, so these are unreported moves. So basically what happened is the voter voted the correct style at the new precinct, but they hadn't updated their voter registration prior to doing that. So what should have really happened is the poll workers updated their address at the precinct, but once again, provisional is the fail-safe. So that's why we recommend these be approved. The voter did everything right. They did vote at the right precinct, the right ballot style, that sort of thing. For example, this one says moved over 30 days in October 2025 and yeah, recommended.
Move from adoption, combine the adoption of the three. Simplest of simple.
And they showed up to their correct precinct.
Mr.
So that's
Chairman,
one of these
I make
three
a
are.
motion, we approve these three ballots.
We have a motion
Second,
and a second to approve these last three ballots as unreported move. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, our last three. So let me find our voter stats. I think I handed those out to
Yep.
you.
Provisional voter statistics by result.
And we didn't change anything, so.
The staff does a superb job with that.
They have all water standards.
So we had 56 not approved, 8 partial, and 70 approved.
70, will that make your number 70, those last three? Mhm. Oh, with the partials, yes,
Okay.
so 78. Okay, yep. So, yes, our total, sorry, I scared him a little bit, didn't I?
Look on your face.
Okay, not approved, yes, 56, partials were 8, and then approved 70, so our final count should be 78. Cause we're at 75 and he's working on the last
Camera
three.
shot of you at that moment. That's side eye over there.
So once Erica and Andrew finish those, we will get a bipartisan team to close down the machine, verify the numbers, and print the tapes. Yes, sir.
you've got on the first page, says page 1 of 2, then you got on the second page, page 1 of 1.
Turn the page over.
Oh, sorry.
Backside of that.
Oh, okay, they got a thing.
Yeah, it's 2 different reports.
Yeah.
And then this, if you don't mind, I'll pass this around. You'd asked about signing the envelopes or stamping them. If you will, you can just sign on this last page. This is all the voters that we either approved, not approved, partial today by precinct.
Okay. Does it need to be stamped or anything?
No, I think just sign. If you want to do approved, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad thing, I don't think. And I'll be filling out this secure pack. Spoiled, I think it was 8, but I'll double check. One. Two. 3, 4. 5, 6. 7 and 8. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Public, sixty-two.
All been approved. What's our public count? Good job. Thank you. All right, can we have a bipartisan team again and we'll verify everything and close the polls. Everyone's come back here.
Isn't he?
Yes, sir. Thank you. So our public count is, let's see, 78. That's correct.
It was done late.
So that packet only needs the chief judge, chair, and a bipartisan. It doesn't need those. Okay.
Bring all that off our phone tomorrow, so.
I was double checking.
Heels for this and bell box. How about that?
Okay. Here, I'll take this one.
Got two seals, please. Then if you're good, we'll do the news turn just in the order it has. Recess number report them.
I have 404-557, 404-558, 404-559.
Okay. And that was the big small, everybody did that, so it's- Yeah. We had a very emotional.
You guys did all the work.
Right.
We have to do is say.
Days, we had to research, and now it's down to.
Almost Christmas lights
one and a
on
half.
it.
So that's why whenever y'all came in, we were, because that 12 o'clock deadline, we those people that still could bring their IDs out till 12. So that's why we put the meeting at once, we had a little time to put them in the, either approved or not approved, because they were just in the payment category until 12 today. In the future, we could, if y'all want to, we wouldn't probably be opposed to it. Yeah, maybe the general, we could try 2 or 3, but also I think we have to be, from my understanding, done by 5, so that's why I also wanted to do a case of. Yes.
This is a big election.
True, yeah. Kind of what to expect, maybe.
Yeah.
We put these on after you take the provisional sample.
We'll just leave that and seal it up in there, if that's good with you. Either way. Let me find a paper clip and I'll pass these around, so, or if you don't want me to clip it, that's up to you, it's the provisional results.
Give me 3 papers. How about that?
1, 2, 3.
Be careful. I'm
Out
the
of her
safety
shoes.
officer. too.
Run out of her shoes.
That was Paul.
Or, you have to pay attention. 3 times. So while we're passing around is the tape, there's 3 paper clips. Please sign all 3.
They all say 78.
So are you required to post one of them on the door? Again?
That's a good question. Not that I know of. I think it's just election night. I mean, we
Okay.
could if you want, just to. We're getting ready to post the results like here in just a second. So
Right.
I guess not, but yeah, not that I'm aware of.
Verifying 78.
No, anyway, just turn on something. I'll see where you that person. So thank y'all.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Right.
So, Madam Director, we're down to unaffiliated by petition certification.
Okay.
Please give us. Just explain this.
Okay. So we had one person who, let me find the petition request, who had filed a petition request for the Elkin City School Board for the city district to file as unaffiliated by petition. And I'll read just a little bit of law. This is General Statute 163-122, number 3. So if the office is for a district consisting of less than the entire county and only the voters in that district vote for that office, the petition must be signed by qualified voters of the district equal in number to 4% of the total number of voters in the district according to the voter registration records of the State Board of Elections as of January 1st of the year in which the general election is to be held. And so for this person, so for Elkin City Schools, she was required, let me find she was required to get 181 signatures. So as of January 1st of this year, Elkin City Schools District had 4,527 voters. So 4% of that is 181. And I have the signature sheets here. I'll pass those around. Y'all can view those. So she brought them in batches, and we recommend that candidates do that so we can be checking them as they go, and also so we can give them an update. So she was required to have these into us by March the 3rd, so primary election day at 12 o'clock. And she had her last batch the day before that. So she ended up with a total of 191 valid. She turned in 208, and out of those 208, 191 were valid, and she had to have 181. So here's the signature sheets, the process that goes into this. So the voter or the people that sign it must print their name, put their address. Birth date is not required, but it can be helpful finding voters, especially if you have juniors or seniors or common names. And then they have to sign and put the date. And so our staff goes through these, verifies that they are in the Elkin City School District. So if somebody lives in the Surrey County School District, they're not eligible to sign this. That they're registered voters. And what's neat about this too, say somebody signs that's not a registered voter, we will actually, so their signature is not going to count, but they will get mailed a letter and a voter registration form to get them registered if they want to. So there's those, and we have just the stats on top as she turned in the batches there.
Does that come under the partisan municipal headline of that general statute? Or
And I do,
in years past, there had been exceptions to the 4%. But she's made the 4%, and that's the,
so I was, yeah, I had that question too, because it's, I mean, a city school office, but it's also not a municipal office, if that makes sense. So I reached out to general statute or general counsel at the State Board of Elections, and I have that email I'll pass around as well. They were the ones that said that it is the 4%, not the 1%. So there's that email as well.
And 4% is
She's
the
met that
partisan
threshold.
level.
4% is, yes, if it's not a let me
If
make sure I don't
partisan
tell you.
race, the 4% threshold.
I think it's 4% total.
She's met the higher threshold either way.
Yes,
Yeah,
and that's
that
the
is-
one that they
I
said.
just want to clear up my confusion,
So the other is 1.5%.
but that's for a nonpartisan municipal race. I assume.
Let me find that general statute again. And Mark, I wonder if he's still on. I'll let him speak up.
Dwayne, is that your understanding? That it's 4% for municipal and, or partisan and.
yeah, well, the 1% is the maximum. I don't know if that law is under the 163,
So
96.
1.5% is usually a county-wide race. And then the other is 4%. So municipal would be the 4.
Okay.
And Mark said I could unmute him, so let me work with the speakers again and try to get him. Give me just a second, Mark. Actually, I guess we need this one. Okay, Mark, you're unmuted. Let's see if we can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Hope everybody's having a good day.
We are.
Thank you.
I'm gonna mute us just a second.
Okay. So is the question about the 4% versus the 1%?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Sydney and I and the attorney from the state all spent a lot of time talking about this because the a city school district is a fairly unique creature. There are only just a handful in the whole state. Um, and the question is it municipal or does it fall in the category of non-municipal? Um, and the consensus was, uh, well, at least the consensus from the state. I'm still unsure about it, but the state says it's 4%, which frankly means it's 4%. And as I understand the petition, you have the full 4%. You have a 4% compliance.
Municipal or countywide.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Started.
And it was, yeah, confusing, and I guess still is a little bit, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we reached out to the state and clarified that before I told that candidate, which number she needed.
Yeah, there's the statute really doesn't talk about a category of board, school boards that are less than statewide, they're less than countywide. Like I said, there are only a handful. Surrey County, Dare County, and Orange County are the only ones I know
And I
of
should
that
have
have
mentioned
one.
earlier too, if any of those voters also, say they put a different address than what we have on file, we'll also send them a letter to get that updated on their voter registration as well.
And these had to be in by when?
March the 3rd at 12 o'clock. So too late for any other unaffiliated by petition candidates to be on the ballot. So this will be the only, for local races in Surrey, this will be the only one that's did that process for this coming general election.
Seeing dates in here back in early February or mid-February. Is that when you first started receiving?
She filled out her petition request. Let's see, does this have a date on it? It should. Yeah, it's been a while. I don't see a date on
mid-January,
this.
Late January?
I believe so. Yes, sir. I could go back and look at my emails too.
Well, that's all right. I'm just thinking about, I know the staff it's been a busy time for staff. to be
But
doing this research as well.
it really helps as they bring them in batches like that we can kind of complete them in
Absolutely.
smaller batches and not all at one time too. The first time whenever she reached out was January the 2nd. I sent her an email with some information. So yeah, I think it helps both parties as we do it on batches like that. So also they can know that, hey, a lot of these didn't get approved or they did. This is where you're at in the process. So they're not down to the wire.
So,
So she did have 10 extra names than what was required out of the 181. She had 191 valid out of 208.
I assume a lot of them were duplicates, maybe somebody signed.
Some may have, or some or so you can't even read the name, so you can't, we try to do our best to count them, but some or the signatures may not match. We do, that is one time that we do check signatures, try to, it doesn't have to be an exact match, but try to tell, if you can tell that two people in a row, definitely, it's the same handwriting, that one probably is going to be counted, that kind of thing.
So
Or
you weeded out all duplicates is what I'm saying.
yes, sir. And I do know off the top of my head, there was a couple that, Elkin's right there at the Wilkes County line. There was a few that were actually in Wilkes County and they thought they were in Elkin City School District. They're actually in the Elkin municipality, but even though they're in Wilkes, but they're not in the school
In that
district.
gray area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
and there
that'd be confusing.
are kids that live inside of Wilkes County that go to Elkin City School.
Probably, yeah,
Oh,
maybe
absolutely.
50.
Yeah.
I'm the grandparent of some.
Yeah.
It's just,
So that,
I don't know
a
Ms.
few
Johnson, but I
things.
appreciate that she brought it in batches to you. And,
Yes.
she doesn't set that March 3rd deadline and it comes right in the middle of an election and it makes it difficult for y'all. But I appreciate the fact that she brought it in, made it easier for y'all to have to go through the process that you have to go through.
yes, sir.
That's going around.
Okay, yeah. The email from the state. Thank you.
So you're looking for a motion to approve or disapprove?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion that we accept the signature certification as presented by Ms. Johnson for her candidacy as an Elkin City School Board member.
I second it.
We have multiple seconds.
Like I heard Terrell first, that's okay.
Okay, that's fine. We have a motion and a second to approve this lady to run as unaffiliated by partition. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No.
And then I do have a letter to send her that just says that it has been certified by the board and either I or you can sign. Do you want to sign it? And I'll mail it to her. And then we made her copies of each one of these signature sheets as she came in, but we'll mail her those once again now that it's certified. And so the next steps, for her, for unaffiliated by petition, once it has been certified, so she will come file her notice of candidacy. If there's a filing fee, she would pay that, but Elgin City Schools does not have one. And then we'll just enter, once she fills out her notice of candidacy, we'll enter her as a candidate into election setup as an unaffiliated candidate. That way she'll appear on the ballot in the general election. So that's the next steps with that. All right. Thank y'all.
Appreciate staff's hard work on that.
Yeah.
A lot of work to that.
And I'll brag on Andrew. I think he checked almost every single one of those. If not all, is probably 95% of them. So good job, Andrew.
Any other business, Madam Chair?
Um,
Madam Director.
So I do want to remind everyone, so our hand-to-eye recount, that's required by state law is going to be this coming Monday, March the 9th at 10 a.m. And so we've scheduled 2 bipartisan teams of precinct officials to do that, but it is also required that either we have a bipartisan team of board members or a quorum for just to oversee it. Dwayne pointed out earlier, and I dug in a number memo, and that is what's required. So Dwayne said he could be here. Is there a Republican that maybe could be here as well?
Now, what day of the week is that?
It's this coming Monday,
Monday.
Monday at 10. If we need to reschedule, I could try to too.
I can be here.
Okay.
That's resolved.
Terrell and
Uh,
Dwayne.
I would really appreciate if you could.
Mhm.
I have a previous engagement that must need my attention.
Okay. I can do
Is
it.
that good? Okay.
Yeah, I can do it.
Thank
10
you.
o'clock on Monday.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's which meeting is that?
So this
That's
is,
Yeah.
hand-eye recount. There'll be 2 bipartisan teams, but it's oversaw by a bipartisan team off of this board, which is Mr. Carter, Mr. Stevens.
I assume that you'd be busy, Paul. I'd be willing to let you do it. Maybe you're a very different person.
Let's see, Monday is what day is it? 11th?
The 6th.
The 9th.
No.
day 6.
Oh, okay. But the 13th, Wednesday, we have to be here.
So that's a week from today.
Week from today.
Friday at 10, and I'll brag on Paul too. He got here early today, about 9:30, thinking it was next Friday. So he's already ready for
Okay.
next Friday, March 13th is our canvas meet. And so that's whenever we certify all the results, and by law, it is required for all board members to be here. So please mark your calendar for that date. And let me back up to the hand-to-eye recount. So the state randomly draws the precincts that will get audited. And so the 2 precincts they drew for Surrey County was Northwestfield and Stewart's Creek #1. So smaller, I mean, not huge precincts. Total, it should be around 400 ballots or so. So hopefully we can knock that out in a couple hours.
Now, do all precincts have an equal potentiality of being selected?
And so do early voting sites, absentee
Okay.
by mail. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
It's been
it's.
so much worse.
It could have been if mandatory early voting would have got pulled. How many ballots were cast? I don't even remember. Several thousand. So
It's 4,000.
yeah, I think it was over 4,700, maybe 4,600. It was an even number. I know.
Yeah, 4,700 exactly.
Yeah, I think you're right. So yeah, we kind of got lucky this time. And so when we hand our recount, it's always the top race on the ballot. So during a presidential election, it will be the presidential race, but for this one, it'll be US Senate. So for both Republican and Democrat, that will be the one. So what the teams, bipartisan teams are doing, they're just verifying that we'll have the tapes there that print out from the DS200. They're just verifying that the machine counted correctly and that those results match up. And sometimes they will be slightly different. And usually the reason is, humans can read human intent where a machine can't. Maybe a voter put a big X and then circled the one, they made a mistake and they cast it. That might be a reason why you might have a 1 or 2 vote difference, something like that.
Okay.
But that meeting's open to the public and we'll put it on our website, that kind of thing, and also live stream it as well.
So Friday, March the 13th at 10 o'clock, that is the canvas as well as a hearing.
10 o'clock hearing, 11 o'clock canvas.
Okay.
And is there any other business? I have one more thing, but it's going to take a little bit. So
Paul's got a question.
No,
Start
no,
your
I'm
question.
fine.
Our council will be joining us here on the 13th.
yes,
Yay.
we will have to pull that one that was in not approved, if you will. Am I good to roll on with other business?
Yes.
We did have, at the Dobson early voting site, we did have one provisional ballot. So you saw those today. All those ballots are supposed to go into the, sealed envelope, not into the DS200. We did have one get cast into the DS200 at the Dobson early voting site. So an incident report was written up, and what we're going to do to correct that is actually that ballot has been pulled. America's going to find that there, and we're just going to get a bipartisan team to tally. So whatever the voter voted, do tally marks, and we're actually going to do a manual edit to the results to subtract that from the Dobson early voting site. Is how we fix that. So
Did that one time before.
yeah, thankfully it was just the one. They did a good job after that. It was one of the first days of early voting that it happened. So which bipartisan team would you like?
Are y'all fine with that?
Sure.
See.
Now, still. Okay, question. It was collected provisional, but it shouldn't have been provisional.
It should have been provisional, but
Okay.
it got passed just like a regular ballot.
Okay.
But the poll worker did put a P on the top, so we knew which ballot it was.
Okay.
So when at the end of the night, it was pulled, but the results were still on the tabulator. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
And so what we're doing is taking those results away from
Okay.
early voting, and if that ballot, it was recommended not approved.
Okay.
So if it was approved today, it would have went into the provisional category, but it was recommended not approved.
Okay.
So you got that?
Please tell us that.
So what you're gonna do is, once you have the ballot, each candidate name that they vote for, you'll just do a little tally mark out here to the side.
That they voted for,
Yes.
down this
Mhm.
angle, okay.
There's that.
You remember that?
Okay.
It's gonna be pretty easy.
Want to excuse myself a minute, please?
Didn't have any interest in voting for several people.
Right. Nothing.
Nothing for Senate, nothing for House of Representatives, nothing for appeals court judge, nothing for District 90 House, but they did vote, one vote, TJ vote, so.
Wow, okay.
One vote, Howard, Barnes,
So
Johnson.
usually bring them in to do the manual. Yeah. And then we actually, we'll grab a secure book, put all this stuff in, stuff together too. Sealed up and.
One vote for Jade, McCormick Tiger, Perry County School.
We'll have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 votes.
2, 3, 4 votes.
So it's for that one.
Yes, you can scroll that one and we'll put it back in here. Initial real quick, and I'll put it in the envelope again.
Paying attention.
And then, we'll wait till Mr. White gets back. Usually we have a bipartisan team also go in with us into electionware and watch us actually do the manual edit. And we
Okay.
have reports that we printed on election night with results, and then we'll print results again to reflect that change. Where it should be, one less vote for this, that.
Okay.
Mr. White, so they did the tallies for the one that needs to be retracted or subtracted from the Dobson early voting site. And what we did in the past is up to you. We've had a bipartisan team actually go with us into the room where we have our electionware computer and watch us do the manual edit. We have reports that we printed on election night that show all the totals by precinct or by early voting site. Then we'll print those results again to reflect, to show that these have been subtracted.
So
you
who
want
wants
the-
to go?
They adjusted.
You want the,
Who wants to go?
all right.
Cause I'm actually opening the door for anybody and everybody. If you wanted to see. Come on, Mr. Crowe, watch your step.
Remember.
Yeah,
That's a child care.
I understand. Well, that's a grandparent. 8 of them, believe me, I've got a child care.
We had a number of, you remember, we had a number of votes that we had to decide whether they were intended to vote this one or that one.
Yeah, that's right.
And, we came to consensus pretty easily on.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a better job circling in this time. More waterfall, or you good?
Oh, I'm good. I'm fine.
I'm gonna put this drink back. I don't need.
Finding this interesting. There's more to it than people realize.
Science geek, I mean. But, now the political science geek ignores this stuff.
We had to have a class. Pretty thorough, we learned it works without. And one of the things that it says, your primary balance, probably more important than that ball, who's the right part of it. Very well.
Yes.
Oh.
It frustrates me to see how illiterate the electorate is when it comes to civics and government and should.
They don't even teach philosophy behind the Constitution.
That was my concentration on the constitution.
You know, the philosophy behind the Constitution.
Well, if you say, state it your way, go ahead and let me make sure we're on the same page.
Constitution. Philosophy. Philosophy. Receive the right.
Yes.
There is no material, highest relative to the benefit of themselves, and I think. A lot of people do so that we can be able to fight with it, it's very close.
Yes.
So, what is the Constitution for protect?
Yes. Yes, that is what I was on. And I had an excellent constitutional. No, I had a wonderful.
That's what's that.
Yeah. that
You meant
was-
unique. Unique.
that my constitutional law professor was so versed in common law that you could throw out any Supreme Court case and he would give you the entire brief on the common law stuff. He taught us without notes, that is how good he was. Dr.
Most
Beats.
people, let's see. That's 3-4 generations. Boy.
I graduated, I started at college in 1993.
So I was told,
First of all, then
I graduated from high school. I graduated from high school.
Niagara University.
60.
I'm from Niagara Falls, University. Niagara Falls, remember?
1960.
Oh, wow, no, look, it's.
A lot of folks that run a company. That's my new several days. I serve on the board. I broke the GDP going up from 80 to March. And I do a presentation on education. So they want my book.
I would definitely agree with that. I homeschool, because I wanted my boys to change.
Yeah, get your good pay. No, that's everybody's all.
Oh, a whole period of time while they're doing some more. Mine is-
Everybody's coming out of service.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right now.
I just think about all the plot.
Oh, there's gonna have to be reset.
Anything. Water filtration system.
Oh, yeah. We have, and the child care center, we have, two manifolds of water filtration, and chlorinate the water. And it was set up for so long. And those things are set up on time as the backflush, separate line. And when the clocks get kicked off, they, messes them up.
You kind of go off every night. From 12 and 1.
So you can't use your water during that time period because.
Yeah.
That untreated water comes through.
That's a fast track into the polygraph program.
Yeah.
And put all my general studies to the end. So I took all my polygraph. And then for his seniors in class, what he did was through using literature to discuss just economic
The little Bible study. Slowly, sure.
facets throughout. And it was really cool. It's like we read Billy Budd, we discussed.
Started now.
That's,
Yes.
Now it's about time to start.
We read Billy Budd to discuss,
Oh, I'm-
Gone, but
Yep.
of course, you know,
Yeah.
but it's good to see you have a thought.
It is, and I'm appreciative of the attention to detail. I know that, like those smart folks that did show back up, the sign the cards. You know, what's the change?
Oh, it is.
The point is, everybody's counted. Correct.
Well,
It's to the best of our ability.
it's good that you see how every single thing is broke out in different categories. So
Everybody liked him.
this falls into this one. And there was a set of rules that apply to this.
Still.
Why you have to.
Otherwise, it could risk.
The law,
If kids.
you have, this falls.
And hated the person.
And as long as everybody's following the rules.
They would have undermined.
And the time.
That's a new study.
And it may not be perfect. And I've written down a couple of notes of things. Just a couple. But the truth is, follow the rules. Whatever the rules are.
Well, there's a lot of rules that I would change if I were
Right.
I feel baseball for a long, long time. And if you were allowing me to write the rules, I don't know what I would have a team that would have. That's the truth.
And so long as you follow the rules. And that's what we're kind of like umpires. And actually, we're umpires that don't really have a job. Have basically done it for us.
Yeah.
And Mark's standing over telling us, here's the rule. If we don't know what it is, he tells us.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this staff is extraordinary.
Yes.
It's always amazing to me how incredibly well versed they are in the law. And then they've got state that they can fall back on.
To read, parcels.
And then we've got an attorney that's extraordinarily well versed in. So.
And I think that's my contention is let's follow the rules. Let's don't change it, don't change it midstream, don't change it mid-game. Follow the rules.
Well,
And it falls how it falls.
I put from the start, don't try and advantage or disadvantage anybody. Just, it's A, B, C, D, and go that way. Don't go A, E, go A, B, C, D. And show everyone. A, B, C, D. And then there shouldn't be anything for anybody to fall about. But there will always be those who look for an advantage. That's where the problem is.
Actually, that's my intention on government is that the reason I like that small is that government by its very nature lends itself to people's advantage. In business, you know, you do business with the company, hiring, and whatever it is. Which you don't really have to worry about in private industry, because if you do things, one business operator, it's his money, and he wants to some degree, he wants to do everything as efficiently as he can and effectively. And if he doesn't, just like the market punishes him, and it says, no, someone else is going to raise up and do what you do. And you're going to be out of business. You don't behave correctly. For government, just as an example, when we were opening back up, this is just a line. I was looking at and then very good food service. Probably the best. What? Food service. I mean, just like a we're inspected and really great at a restaurant.
Yes.
Because we're and most childcare is just bring in. They work.
Exactly. They're run exactly the same way.
When I was going through everything, he said, if you want to fry things, and you need a halon, fire service, the soap. And I thought, well, that's because of all the massive childcare fires they had. They could find 50 lunches, something for 50, which there hasn't been mentioned with that. But if I were gonna do it, I wanted to insist upon buying something at the time. I would have had to put in $8,000 Halon suppressor system. So we decided to do it. Somebody got that into a law. That's, down to small organizations like us. And I assume that if somebody who's a suppression system. And there are other fire suppression systems, but that's all.
That was interesting.
Yes, it is.
And I used to work in sales.
Next time I will bring my glasses.
To have, statewide purchasing agreements.
All right, where we go?
Well. Just specification, written specification. Supposedly for authentications, seeing it in operation. I see that people that influence.
I have a crystal ball.
Specifications. Government lends itself to corruption because of its very nature. And that's why I kind of like the smaller government as a city.
Go downstairs, you stacks of books.
So
Now you want.
provisional could go on,
Yes.
the provisional meeting could go on and on and on.
Well, not quite yet.
You got a ton of them. Be, go to
Cause
Wake
we're,
County,
we're over 2 hours in, so
You know, we
go to Wake
really
County,
review any of them.
I can't,
Mecklenburg County.
can't imagine. And they've got more staff, but still, there's a whole lot of work goes into it.
Well, you just rely heavily on staff. That's,
Right.
we're incredibly blessed to have the staff that we have and have had for years.
I'm so like for the legislative change. One of the laws in 2024. Person had to be done something else. 3 days.
Instead of 10 days.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have near the time now.
Yeah, she mentioned that.
Yeah, it was.
It's compressed,
Nobody had, from the legislation, nobody had. They were.
No, it's a,
If you do this, these are,
no, it's a,
and then they did change it.
no, it was,
Agreed.
it's not and it's still not the window that it was.
No. Well, this is 3 days after the election, and she said that they had 10 days.
Well, think of what,
Previous election.
yeah,
Bye, Ms. Rebecca.
They
By
did.
now.
And thank you for all that you've done. Previous to today.
I'm sorry to get to work my second week of early voting. I got sick.
It happens.
But I did make it to the off for once. Jason had fun. He worked early voting the first week. He had lots of fun.
Well, good.
Thank you all for the tuning.
Thank you.
Thank you. He was here for us.
thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
Very
we
kind.
appreciate that
Right.
compliment.
It's like, when you have clarity from the top, it makes it much easier to perform our work. So thank you. You have a good day.
Yeah, we too.
Yeah, y'all's number are dwindling. Y'all dwindling away. That was pretty fast, Brenton.
Yeah, so y'all already seen, shall we show them?
Yeah,
what we
sure.
did? And if you don't mind, so we put everything, the tally sheets, the ballot envelope, and the incident report all in here. So we'll seal it up, but if you don't mind signing there, while I show them this. Show y'all the same time, if that's okay.
Sure.
So here's our election night results. So it's by precinct, this report is. So here's Dobson early vote, and that's where this happened at. And this is a report I just have printed on today. So same thing. So actually, let's get that tally sheet out and I'll show y'all that.
I'll just grab one thing out of here, get it back to you. There you go. So you see first race, or, okay, it was a Republican ballot, so this was election night, so total ballots we had was 2404. Now we have 2403. Democrat 355, 355. That didn't change because it wasn't a Democrat ballot. Next, 2049. Now we're at 2048 Republican ballots. Then we flip over. And we have it by race. So first ones were undervotes. So this should be one vote higher for undervote. Sorry, this is Democrat. Same for this. So that won't change. Those will be the exact same. Next page is Republican. So first one was an undervote for Republican US Senate. So we had 172 before, now we have 171. Same thing for the next race is an undervote for US House of Representatives District 5. We had 59, now we have 58. Next one was an undervote. We had 248, 247. Next one was an undervote as well, 39 to 38. Next one was a candidate, Bledsoe, 919, 918. Next one was an undervote. And I can go through all, or y'all good?
You're fine.
Okay.
You don't need to.
Okay. Just wanted to show you. So we spot checked and we went over every single race 2 or 3 times with the other bipartisan team. Show Paul now. I'm gonna leave those there for now. All right, this can be I'll trade you. It is that so you want to sign or oh, sorry, kind of backwards. So this was fine. Total. This was for the report that we ran on election night. This is the one now that we did the manual edits. So it was a Republican ballot. So ballots cast total on election night was 2404. Now it's 2403. You see that ballots cast total for Democrat was 355. It's still 355 because it was a Democrat ballot. Republican ballots cast was 2049. Now 2048 because it was a Republican ballot. Flip over to the next page if you want, or we can 04, those stayed the same. Next page is Democrat. It wasn't a Democrat ballot, so all those would stay the same. Flip over one more page. For example, US Senate was an undervote. So on election night, we had 172. Now we have 171. Next, well, let's find the first race that actually, they were all undervotes until Surrey County Board of Commissioners Central District. Bledsoe had 919. Now he has 98. You want me to keep going or you good?
No, that's, I understand fully.
Gotcha. And then, Mr. Carter and Mr. White, watch staff do those manual edits. Thank you so much. That's that to you. And I'll put our reports back together. This one was 2404. The higher number was election night. And the lower numbers were for our manual edit. On my clipboard.
Right there.
Oh, thank you. And that's all I have for other business, sorry.
That's fine. You caught me texting.
Take random stuff. See text.
So does any member of the board have any other business?
Chairman, I think today is another example of just what the high expectations that we know comes from our staff and also from out in the precincts, the precinct workers. And that's just, I'll put that in the record here and for everyone to be able to know that staff, you all really have a lot to do behind the scenes that people do not realize and know, and you all get it done.
Thank you.
That said, I'll second that comment.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
So I have a comment that's offline, so,
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion that we adjourn this provisional meeting.
we have a motion,
Second.
we have a second,
Third.
that we adjourn. I think we're all ready, can't be discussed anyway. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Adjourned at 3:19.